What's happening, everyone? It's Peter here from Expedition Money, and I want to talk to you today about not burning your bridges. Don't burn them bridges, not the literal bridges. You certainly probably need those to get around anyway, but burning your bridges from work or organizations, really. But most of us, it's about work. And the thing I was thinking about is that most people get, when they leave a company, something called an exit interview. And that exit interview is actually more about the company telling you what they need. Like, hey, we need your computer back. We need your badges back. You had some monitors that we issued you for home use or whatever, right? There could be a million things that they want to cover. Also including things like when is your last day and when will your logins not work or when will your badge not swipe anymore and what to do when that happens and anything that you might have to sign, disclosures and stuff like that. Because I think a lot of people see this exit interview as a time to be interviewed and be asked why you're leaving. And they actually might ask that. They might say, like, what are you doing? Are you moving on to a new job, or were there issues, or, what went into your decision making here? And a lot of people might hear that and say, you know what, I'm about to unload. My boss was an idiot. They're incompetent, or they're stupid, or this place stunk, or you guys hate the workers, or the environment here is toxic, or whatever it might be. And my suggestion here is to hold your tongue on those things, despite how much you might want to say those things, or how much, the other coworkers might want you to be the one that falls on your sword to open the door to their opportunity to vent. But most people who are staying at an employer are not going to say that. And maybe they're hoping that you do say that so that they could be like, oh, I don't know. I don't feel that personally. But if you feel like we're not appreciated here, maybe there's some truth to it. But the reality is, you're not going to make any difference leaving that company. I don't care if it's a small company, big company, medium-sized company. That company is going to survive without you. Every company always does. So by you unleashing all of your opinions and grievances doesn't do anything except close the door to any opportunity you might have. And you might be saying, well, Pete, I don't ever want to work there again. I just told you this place was toxic. Well, I get it, but you might need them for a reference. You might need them to verify your employment or whatever. And the other reality here is that despite the fact that maybe you had a bad time and you decided to leave, a lot of people are staying there. A lot of people there have voted with their choice to stay at the employer. They're saying, hey, it's not that bad. I don't need to leave. Your boss, maybe rode you hard, maybe didn't give you the accolades you needed, maybe stole your ideas or credit, whatever, but they may still appreciate what you've done. Maybe they think you're friends. Maybe they still think you're on good terms. Even though you may be resigning because of them, they may actually like you. And by putting that on record that you hated them or you couldn't work for them or whatever, you are just closing the door to opportunities. They may badmouth you in the industry or be a bad reference for you. So you really have three options. One, you can lie and go out and say something that's really flowery and is not the truth. One, you can keep your trap shut. Or three, you can be honest and just vent. And I tell you what, the venting is probably going to produce nothing. It might make you feel a little bit better, and you might say, hey, I stuck it to them and I let them know on the way out. But I'm pretty sure that you will be the only one that will ever show any negative results from that. That company, that employer isn't going to lose their existing employees. They're still going to recruit new employees. They're still going to grow. They're still going to do their business. They're still going to keep their clients. So my suggestion here is you don't have to lie and be overly flowery about your experience. But if people ask, you can just say, hey, I'm moving on to a new opportunity. Hey, I'm proud of what I was able to do here, but I wanted to move on and have opportunities for growth or expand myself or get into another industry, whatever it might be. But you can do it in such a way that you don't burn those bridges, that you don't close the door to any opportunity that might come up. In fact, you may be at a company where your boss from your old employer gets hired in as your new boss, right? So your paths might just cross again, especially if you're staying in a small geographic area. Maybe you work in a small or niche industry. Those things can happen. So I'm just saying, don't burn the bridges despite how tempting it might be. On the way out, you're feeling liberated. I think it will benefit you in the long run to have as many friends and as broad of a network as humanly possible. So I hope that helps. I'll see you later.